a lot of times there's expectations for things to look a certain way or feel a certain way. There may be an opportunity to learn the art of pivoting. This is something that my husband and I have been working on now for several years, really through our whole marriage, but especially now working through a cancer diagnosis. An example of that is it's a beautiful sunny day and it's a Saturday, and we woke up excited to potentially work in the yard and do some yard cleanup. And my husband actually also started his hip radiation yesterday. So he only had one day of treatment. It was on a Friday. Everybody says radiation doesn't really hit you until the end and you get fatigued, etc. So the first part should be hopefully pretty pain-free. Well, that was not the case, unfortunately, for Chad. He woke up in the middle of the night. He had a ton of hip pain and his day started out pretty rough. Pain management, it's very difficult, very challenging for anyone who's managing that. We feel you and we see you. It's a different ballgame when you're managing pain. And so instead of going to start in the yard and get outside with working around the house, we completely pivoted. And I knew Chad wasn't feeling great today, so I suggested that we go for a drive up through Montecito, which is where I am now. And it's so peaceful and so beautiful here. Just drenched in nature. It's one of my favorite places to be because it's not crowded. Shh, don't tell anyone. And so not only is it a really pretty drive on some of the kind of winding mountainous back roads, but the trail is beautiful and quiet, and it's a way to still get a little bit of movement at our own pace. So we've taken a really slow walk through the mountains through this trail. And now we're probably just going to head to the ocean and do a little ocean therapy and get in the water. And hopefully that cold water therapy will help his hip pain as well. So I feel like with cancer and just things in general, I think this lesson, this skill set applies to anybody and everybody, as far as I'm convinced. And I think one of the things I've learned as I've gotten older is just letting go of expectations, because I'm often disappointed if I think something's going to look or feel a certain way, and really leaning into the art of pivoting and being flexible in the moment, being able to communicate with your person or yourself to say, okay, this isn't really how I thought I was going to wake up on a Saturday. Bummer. And what can we do instead? What will this look like? Let's completely pivot our plans for the day. Let's make the best of it. Let's lean into what we need today in this moment, and let's make that happen. For today's journal prompt, I just want you at the top of your page to write down the word pivot and think about what is one way that you could pivot today based on something that you need in this moment to further support you and ease up a little stress, anxiety, expectations, and just make your day a little bit better. Happy writing.